Yeah, he don't want you. He wants Mercedes from next door because she comes correct, but you're average at best. What you're gonna do is attract a feminine man. You know, the one that will stand behind you in a club and let you take your card out so that you can pay for the drink. This I am the table narrative that women like to go with is frankly not only dangerous but scary. Your value is not just you being a woman. Here you go, Booba the fool. After watching this video, you're gonna go to this man and be like, see, this is what I'm always talking about. You don't treat me like a princess. You don't do A, B, C, D, and you don't lead with your masculine energy. Stop telling that man what to do. Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about how to receive princess treatment without asking for it. But the term princess treatment is given childish. It's given high school romance because a man who views himself as a king but calls you a princess is basically sunning you. Okay, I call my daughter a princess and she's a toddler, so if you want to be treated like a toddler, then go off, sis. But me personally, I want queen treatment. But because the term princess treatment is going viral in these YouTube streets, that's what we're going to be going with. I'm going to be triggering some people. There's going to be some straight bullets going off and you might catch a few, okay? But I'm going to stand 10 toes down with what I'm saying, so listen up and take some notes. This I am the table narrative that women like to go with is frankly not only dangerous but scary. And the reason why majority of you are going from one toxic relationship to the other and not actually attracting and maintaining the kind of man that you want, you know, that kind of man, the one that will love you unconditionally and actually love you more than you love him, the one that will financially provide for you, the one that will adore you, the one that will, you know, guard your emotions. Okay, yeah, he don't want you. He wants Mercedes from next door because she comes correct, but you're average at best. And I'm not talking about the average at best. Our good brother Kevin Samuels used to talk about, God rest his soul, even though parts of his argument were valid. More on that later on in the video. But most women, actually let's call a spade, most broken women feel as though all they need to do is show up. And it's the man's responsibility to do everything for her. But the only one-sided relationship in this world is a parent-child relationship, or even someone with a pet. Are you a child? Are you a pet? What makes you think that you have no contribution to this two-way relationship? It is transactional. You give and you take. You have a role to play as a woman and you have a role to play in dating and in a relationship. But if you don't identify your brokenness, if you don't know what role that you have to play, then you will never attract the kind of man that will treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. If you're new, hello, welcome. My name is Lorraine and my channel is Lorraine Lutz, and I like to call myself your self-care soul sister. So subscribe to the channel and join a soft living space. So what is princess treatment? Because I feel like a lot of people are confused with it being someone paying for your Uber, taking you out to Hakkasan and buying you all these designer handbags, which is basically gift giving. But that's only part of princess treatment, which is, you know, that financial and provider aspect that a lot of women want. But that's not all what princess treatment is. Princess treatment is a man treating you delicately in how he talks to you and how he touches you, him being patient with you, him listening to you, him communicating his emotions with you, and him guarding and protecting your emotions. The type of man that's not only able but willing to give a woman princess treatment is confident in himself, he's secure, he's financially stable, he's done the work and he's healed. But here you come with your trauma baggage. I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine, she's probably gonna be watching this video, and she was talking about how she's sick and tired of dealing with these F-boys and she can't wait to meet an intentional man. And she was describing her dream man and all the qualities that she wanted him to have, you know, loyal, faithful, giving, loving, compassionate, emotionally secure. And she said she doesn't want a guy that's always up in the club. And I looked at her and I thought, babes, I love you, but you stay in the club. And then she was like, well, it's different. I'm in the club because I'm bored and I don't want to be at home. And, you know, once I meet this man and then I'll stop. And I was like, the man that you're looking for is also looking for his equivalent. So that means he's looking for someone who has all these qualities that you have stated, and also somebody who shares the same interest to him. So if he doesn't enjoy clubbing, that means he's not going to be up in the clubs. You are never going to be in this man's radar. And I spoke about this in my Rich Woman Era challenge when I said that people have a have-do-be mentality, where people say that once I have a good intentional man, then I will stop going to these clubs, or then I will work on myself and then I will be happy. But why don't you start being happy with your own company so that you don't need to be going up in the club, so you can stop going to the clubs and actually meet this intentional man that you want? And that's why I say it's entitlement for me, because women feel entitled to this ready-made high quality man without having to heal from their previous childhood or relationship trauma, or embodying the qualities that they're looking for in this high quality man. Oh, and it's when women also say, I can't wait to meet a man that will allow me to rest in my feminine energy. Allow me? You need permission? I remember being in a previous relationship, and every so often I'll bring up the conversation of like, you know, where is this going? Okay, we've been at this for a hot minute now. Okay, like, are we finna get married? Like, we need to start saving, you know, and actually like building a life together. And this will happen, I don't know, every 3 to 4 months, and there will be no change. It will literally just be me yapping my gums off and yapping his ear off, right? Without any action, without nothing happening. And that's because I was finna tell this man what to do. I was leading with my masculine energy and thinking, if he's not thinking about this, if he's not doing anything about this, then I'm gonna bring it to his attention, okay, so he can do something about it. But that doesn't work, because again, a man is either gonna do something or he's not. If a man is not communicating what his plans are with you, if a man is actually not physically doing anything to show that you are moving in the direction of marriage, that is communication within itself. You don't have to stay in a relationship for 6, 7, 8, 10 years, okay, waiting for him to finally get it, or waiting for him to get his finances in order, because that's one of the excuses that these men be giving, okay, that I need to get my finances in order, okay. He's either going to commit to you or he's not. It's not up to you to tell him that it's now time to do it, because that's not going to make him do it any quicker. And even if he does, you're only going to have it at the back of your mind that he proposed to you or you got married because you basically told him that it was time for him to do something about it. And the thing is, most of you are not even listening to me right now, because here you go, Boo Boo the Fool, after watching this video, you're gonna go to this man and be like, see, this is what I'm always talking about. You don't treat me like a princess, you don't do A, B, C, D, and you don't lead with your masculine energy. Stop telling that man what to do, okay? Because number one, you are insulting him, and he's not going to change or do anything you want him to because you've made him feel this small. Number two, you never tell a man how to treat you. He's either gonna do it or he's not. And the fact that he's not doing it, that means that he doesn't feel that you are worthy and you deserve to be treated that way. So what you need to do is pack up your bags, go and sit on the bench, heal, reclaim your self-worth, identify and increase your value. You should not have to convince a man and tell a man how to love you and how to treat you. There's one thing when knowing your worth and telling a man your standards, what you put up with and what you will not put up with, but there's one thing thinking that you can reinvent and change the man. Let the way that he treats you show you the kind of person that he is, and show you how he sees you. okay? And just because sometimes you might know your value and you might know your worth, it doesn't mean that the man necessarily will. That just means that he's not your person. It doesn't mean that you're not worthy of being treated accordingly. You're not worthy of receiving princess treatment. You will never attract a masculine man if you're leading with your masculinity, because masculine energy and masculine energy do not attract. He's not checking for you. You're not on his radar. A masculine man wants a feminine woman, okay? What you're gonna do is attract a feminine man. You know, the one that will stand behind you in a club and let you take your card out so that you can pay for the drinks. The one that will let you lead and make all these decisions because you're leading with your masculine energy. There needs to be yin and yang. One person has to have the masculine energy and the other has to have the feminine energy. It's up to you to tap into that femininity now so you can lead with that, so you can actually attract the kind of man that will feel offended by you bringing out your card to pay for something, because he feels like it is his duty, it is his honor to be able to pay for something for you. The kind of man who takes pride in making decisions and, you know, leading the family, that's the kind of man that you want. You need to drop this masculine energy and just rest in your femininity and begin receiving. Femininity isn't about being able to make all the recipes in a cookbook, being able to, you know, have this rose garden and being this domestic goddess. Those are feminine habits. Feminine energy is innate. You already have that in you. You just have to tap into it and lead with that. And a lot of women say, well, I have to be like this. I have to be strong so that I can survive, so that I can look after myself, because it's just me and I don't have a man and I don't have nobody to help me. It takes 4 times the energy to be masculine. It is hard work to be constantly on the go, to be action driven, to go, whereas just being feminine and leading with your divine femininity is the most natural and easiest thing that you could ever do, because you just sit back and you just receive and you just nurture and you become creative and, you know, you play your role. It's also time to cut ties with the City Girl crew. I remember I had this one friend and I was in a relationship at the time, and every single time I'd go to her and I'd be upset, you know, we had a fight with my boyfriend, and I'll be, you know, telling her how upset I was and what he'd done and he was no good and I was done and all this kind of stuff. She would always talk down at him and she would always say, you know, he's trash, he's not good enough for you, you know, you deserve better, you need to leave him. In that moment, I would just feel so empowered, like, yeah, you're right, I shouldn't have to put up with this. Yes, he is trash, but in retrospect, now that I look back, there was never a time that she would be like, do you know what, Lorraine, you were wrong in this situation, like, he's absolutely right, or, you know, just trying to build me and just, you know, being honest with me and being a truth teller. Okay, you need to cut ties with yes man friends. You need to cut ties with friends who basically hate you, because a friend who's not going to be honest with you and tell you when you are in the wrong, it doesn't want you to grow. Instead of trying to help you to actually become a better person so that your relationship can become better, you can't expect to attract and keep a high quality man that will give you princess treatment when you are surrounded by women who don't share the same values as you. The City Girl crew who are yes men, who low-key hate you and are low-key jealous of you, you need to cut ties with those people. Contrary to popular belief, it is not just about you when it comes to dating and relationship. You need to make a man actually want to do right by you. You need to make a man actually want to go above and beyond and basically give you the world because of how you treat him and how you make him feel. I remember growing up and watching the relationship between my mom and my dad, and I remember at the time thinking my mom is a bit of a simp, you know, when it comes to my dad, because literally everything has to run past him. If I was to ask, oh mom, can I have this? Mom, can I go here? She'd be like, have you asked your dad? She would have food ready for him when, you know, he came home. Bearing in mind, my mom was not 100% well, but regardless of how she felt physically, she always showed up as a wife for my dad, and my dad loved my mom unconditionally. He treated her like the queen that she was, and not just because she just showed up and was like, I'm a queen, so better act accordingly. No, she played a role and she made him feel like a king. And to be honest, this is something that I used to struggle with a lot, where I used to just think, well, there's nothing wrong with me, I am perfect, I don't have to do anything, I don't have to work as hard. You need to put in 2 times or 3 times the work, okay, because you're the man. I never actually understood that I had a role to play, and then I would be bitter, and then I would be resentful because I wasn't being treated the way that I wanted to be treated, but I wasn't playing my role. I can look back now and be like, do you know what, I was very much entitled. And that's what you need to do. You need to be able to look at yourself and be honest with yourself. Are you showing up? Okay, have you healed? Okay, do you have people around you and in your ear that don't want the best for you? What you do behind closed doors when no one's watching is just as important as the image that you portray to the world. Like, for me, I'm a soft life queen through and through, okay? I just love looking after myself. I love pampering myself. Like, I just love experiencing life and just living a life of ease, you guys. And I do this by myself. Well, I'm an only child, so I'm okay with my own company. So I'm okay with spending time with myself, okay? Taking myself out to nice restaurants or, like, you know, staycations, okay? Because I want to do that. Can't expect a man to give you a lifestyle that you can't or you're not willing to give yourself. So if a man meets you and you don't do anything nice for yourself, you don't take yourself out anywhere, what makes you think that he's going to automatically start doing that for you? Because people treat you how you treat yourself, okay? So you need to move accordingly. Become that woman now. Stop waiting and expecting for other people to give you the kind of treatment that you want or give you the life that you want. Give that to yourself. And if a man comes into your life, let him do his own calculations and his own budget to see if he can at least meet you where you are, okay? And if he doesn't want, or if he's not doing that, don't remind him, don't tell him that you need to do this and you need to take me there. It just means that he doesn't think that you're worth investing into, okay? Not every man is going to think that you're valuable enough. But that doesn't mean that you're not valuable or you're not worthy. It just means that you're not valuable for him. You're not worthy for him. Keep it pushing, okay? Until you meet somebody who thinks that you are, who knows that you are, and just assumes that responsibility effortlessly. Now, contrary to popular belief, it is not just about you when it comes to dating and relationship. Men want to be loved too. Everybody has a love language, and it's about understanding what is this man's love language, okay? How does he want to be loved? You can't just love him the way that you want to be loved. Just because you like receiving gifts, it doesn't mean that that's going to be automatically his love language. What if his love language is words of affirmation? You need to fill that man with words of encouragement, with words of affirmation, because that's how he wants to be loved, so he can show up as his best self and he can continue treating you the way that you deserve to be treated. Now, let's be honest. Men are visual beings, okay? He's not going to look at you and think, oh, she's got a great personality, you know, I love her qualities. He doesn't even know, you know, the qualities that you have. All he's seeing is your visual representation, how you look, how you carry yourself, how you present yourself. Unfortunately or fortunately, whether we like it or not, men are visual beings. So you do need to look after yourself and you do need to look the part. I read this quote the other day that said, when I met you, you look like Halle Berry, and now you be looking like Tyler Perry. And I was just like, triggered, okay? Because sometimes when I was in a relationship, I was looking like Tyler Perry. I would not make an effort, okay? And this doesn't mean that you need to be looking 10-10 all the time, okay? But it was just that expectation that just because, you know, we were not in a relationship and, you know, you say you love me or whatever, you should be able to take me as I am all the time. But would I come on Instagram looking at Dusty? Oh, hell no. Just because he's now in a relationship with you doesn't make him less of a visual man. Saw a video of Marjorie Harvey working out and doing Pilates, child, and she is in her 50s, okay? If there's ever a time that you should feel like a woman should now relax and not pay as much attention at the way that she looks is when she's like older, right? Like 50s, 60s or whatever. But oh no, child. Marjorie, she is in the gym, she is working out and getting that body right. And like I said, I used to really struggle with this because I was objectified from a very young age. So I'm used to men looking at me in a desirable way. So I sometimes used to feel like, oh, why is this man with me? Like, why are we in a relationship together if all you care about is the way that I look and you don't care about all my other qualities? But this is why it's important to be mindful of how a man speaks to you or how he speaks about other women in general in the beginning. This will show you whether all he cares about is the way that you look and he just objectifies you and he just sees you as a trophy, or he appreciates the way that you look. He loves the fact that you look good, but there's also other qualities that are just as important to him as the way that you look. So if he's not just focusing on your physical attributes, if he's not being derogatory to other women, okay, then it's okay for you to let your guard down and look cute for your man. So next time, a man won't even have to ask you what you're bringing to the table because he can already see that, because you are showing up and you are playing your role. But if for some reason that he can't see and he's blind, don't feel triggered to answer, to say, I am healed, I have done the work, all the things that you are, to show your self-worth, to show your value, okay? Your value is not just you being a woman. Your value is not in the tangible things that you have in your life. Just because, you know, you've got a nice car and just because you've got a house, that is not where your value is. You need to be able to actually place your true value and identify what your true value is, so you actually know what you bring to the table, because you must bring something to the table. Make sure you guys like this video if you have enjoyed it. Share it with somebody who needs to hear this word. If you come all this way, thank you so much. Do not click off without subscribing to my channel. Press the notification bell so you never miss out on any upcoming videos. Watch this video that YouTube is recommending to you because I'm sure you're gonna like it. I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye, lovelies.